the People's Podcast. What's up, y'all? This is DJ Busby.
It's your boy JKD.
And this is the People's Podcast. Welcome back to another episode, and welcome back to us. All the way from London, innit?
Yes.
That was the trip of a goddamn lifetime. That's all I got to say for now. And again, you know me when I ramble, so you go ahead. How was your trip, JKD? Amazing. Oh, we know. We already know. We saw your post. We know. But I saw everything.
It was so good I got sick after. But let's just say, I had a good time, Ended up seeing a lot of people that I haven't seen in the previous years that we went, or the previous year that we went before COVID.
Yeah.
And just to link it up with new people that we met over Twitch. That was a good feeling. So
very good feeling.
That's all I'm gonna say. It was a good time. I enjoyed myself. Okay, money worth spent.
That's all you got for them?
That's all I got.
This guy is ridiculous. All the things that we did. This man is just trying to cover up his nonsense by saying, I had a great time, guys. My money was well spent. There were so many strides, even in your career. What are you talking about?
Yes. We'll talk about
bypassing all of that, just to try and put a filter on his trip. Jesus Christ.
We'll talk about that later.
Oh, God. Let's start from the beginning.
Yes,
now, this is our story time once again. So story time. Gather around, guys. Gather around. Story time of London Carnival, Notting Hill Carnival, 2022. So JKD and I decided we're going again. We went in 2019,
right?
Had a blast. This time we're going again, but this time it was a much smaller group.
Yeah.
So day one, and I still have it here actually.
Yeah.
I can't even find it right now, but I had a filter, like literally a funnel.
Yeah.
And I got 2 water bottles.
Yeah.
I filled it up with rum and coke for you and I to drink on the way to the airport, because mans are not spending 20 plus Canadian dollars on a watered down rum and coke from the airport. I don't care how much money I ever make. I am not spending $21+ on an airport drink. Like, why? Unless I get a voucher or something. And even then, I'm like,
okay, but what if you got pushed to first class? You wouldn't buy a drink?
I mean, yeah. Like, what is that, a $2,000 upgrade seat?
Yep.
Yes, I'll buy a $20 drink. But that is a very wild, rare occasion.
Yeah.
So anyway, we're drinking our homemade concoction on the way to the airport. I was pretty good by the time I reached. And you know what's crazy? I drink slow.
Okay.
So you finished yours by the time we got to the airport.
Yeah.
But when we got to the airport, I was like, I had 3/4 left still.
Okay, so you chugged that.
I had to chug that.
Because you can't bring liquids.
Can't bring liquids. Literally past that point, they have a garbage for your liquids.
Right.
So I'm like, God, I have to drink all of this. So I chug it. Then I'm real nice now.
Right.
So anyway, we go to sit down now in the airport. Finally pass everything. Baggage checks are good. Get to sit down now, and we both open our laptops and just start working on music.
Right.
Tell me why. Literally, the lady with the most annoying voice in that airport, and probably in the GTA, decided to sit right beside us and have 3 very intense conversations in whatever language she was speaking.
Right.
I'm talking like the most high-pitched, annoying voice you have ever heard in your life. Bro.
And this is with headphones on too.
Active noise canceling headphones. And I'm still there like, Jesus Christ, lady. What is your problem?
With no shoes on.
Oh, dirty girl. Don't get me started. But finally, after like an hour of waiting.
Yeah.
That's another thing.
Yeah. Our flight was delayed an hour and a half.
Boy, our flight was delayed an hour and a half.
It was supposed to be 11:50 that night.
Yeah.
We didn't end up leaving until about like
just after 1.
Just after 1.
So annoying.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it was so frustrating that happened because now, okay, before we even get to that part, we're on the plane now.
Right.
Now, JKD and I, if you haven't seen us in person, are tall people.
Right.
right? We can't sit in these regular seats because our leg room does not match them seats. My knees will always be up and up in somebody's back on the seat. You understand? So we pay for the extra leg room at the very front.
Yeah.
Get the leg room now. So JKD sits on one side. I sit to the window. Hoping to God that there's nobody in the middle.
I thought that works, you know.
It sometimes does because it worked on the way back.
Yeah, it did.
It sometimes does. But this, like, bro, she was some Sri Lankan lady, like, just annoying as hell. She had absolutely no concept of personal space.
Facts.
She's literally like fidgeting like this if you're watching the YouTube right now and digging up my friggin' side of my rib cage, bro. I had to turn to her at one point like, ma'am, can you please stop? I don't even know if she understood what all I said, because she kept doing it anyway. So I ain't sleep that whole ride, man. I don't know if you got any shut-eye.
Nah, bro. Nah. The plane was too cold for me.
And it was freezing.
So I didn't sleep. 6 hours.
Thank God I wore a sweater.
You're good.
You wore a t-shirt, huh?
Yes.
Wow. I'm so happy I wore a sweater.
Right.
Cause anyway, we get to the UK now. Smooth. You get your luggage.
Right.
Get out the airport.
Yeah.
We decide we're gonna take a subway to where we need to go, which is straight to my gig.
First gig, yeah.
We take the subway. And something told me let's take an Uber, but it was too much confusion to try and collect that Uber. Plus, it probably would have been like £100 just to get that Uber versus $10 Canadian each to take the tube or the subway to the gig. Now imagine, we tired as ever. Right. We both worked that day.
Yep.
No sleep on the plane. Now going into a whole new country with jet lag.
Right.
We on the subway now. We can't even figure out which is platform 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This one going this way, that one going.
Right.
Bro, I think it was 2 parts. We got on the wrong subway.
Yeah.
So that delayed the trip even longer.
Right.
So this is an hour and a half delay on the plane. Maybe a next 20 minutes delay because we were getting on the wrong subways.
Right.
We have our luggage on these subways. We finally get to the destination area. Tell me why I just see a boat pulling off with a lot of people on it. If you see me, duck it. I said, please, God, don't let that be our boat. Please.
I'm like, yo, that had to be it. Because that was it.
That was
the only boat that was playing soccer.
We missed that boat by 15 minutes.
Yeah.
With our luggage in hand.
Right.
Looking like Jack. Just standing in the people's city. Like, okay, what are we going to do now? We trying to call around now. Yo, is there any water taxi service? Yeah. Nah, we don't have them things here. Okay. What can we do? Like, we're here with our luggage. We made it. Right. How do we get on the boat? Well, somebody's going to have to ask the captain if they could turn around and pick you guys up. Ain't no captain turning around to pick us up. So at that point, I was pissed, bro. And I'm like, yeah, I was tired anyway, but normally in those circumstances, I wake up and do what I need to do. Right. And it was an opportunity to show people what I could do. Right. Missed the boat ride. So now I say, yo, JKD, let's just go to the hotel because we were going to the Kesh show later that night. Right. So I said, now at least we have a few hours. Let's go to the hotel, relax a little bit, change, get ready, and then kick off, and we'll have good timing. Right. We do that. And we ended up linking up with Judgment.
Which was go ahead.
Yeah,
go ahead.
What you say?
No, I was going to say, like, Judgment was, like, literally, like, 5 minutes away from where we were staying.
It was ridiculous.
Like, crazy.
Like, 5 minutes walking.
Walking, yes.
Not driving. And on top of that, when we got to where we needed to go on the subway, he was literally right outside the subway just chilling, smoking anyway.
Right.
So we're like, okay, perfect.
Right.
So we link up with him, go to the hotel, put down our bags and stuff, and just lay down for like at least an hour just to, cool off. Yeah. The hotel was decent. These are like miniature sized hotels. This is like hotels that I would buy for my niece to play with her goddamn dolls. Like, bro, we barely fit on those beds.
I was actually surprised because, going to Hilton so often. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're expected, nice room with, some space and whatnot. This was tiny as bro. Like I literally took up the whole doorway. Seriously, I matched up. Like the door is the same size as me.
The door.
Seriously.
I eyed the door. I saw the door. I'm like, yo, is it just me or is that door really tiny? JKD's like, yo, I think I'm as big as that door. He goes and stands up with the door. He is in line with the door. If he wanted to get through that door, he had to walk through sideways. That's how tiny this place was. The beds were twin beds. Right. And not even like our twin beds up here. These were like small twin beds, bro. I'm surprised I didn't fall off this thing in the middle of the night.
My feet were hanging off still.
Yeah, mine too. I was like, wait, man. And the shower, oh my God. But I mean, at least we had a shower.
Now you have to explain it.
Do we?
Yes.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, this is another teachable moment that you guys could adhere to, okay? Listen carefully. When you go to certain places, do not cheap out on where you stay.
Right.
We have learned that lesson the hard way.
Yes.
And we have ended up in some very sticky situations that was not fun. When you're going to all of these Juve and Road, and it's not fun to be dealing with these
right.
lower than standard places.
Right.
So we try to tell Judgment. Judgment, this was our scenario. Spend a little money and be comfortable. Nah, man. I found a place. I'm good.
Right.
Judgment, where are you staying? I don't know. How much are you staying there for? $50 a night. JKD said, are you staying in a halfway house? I said, yo, the man gonna come outside his hotel and see people going. You see bear crackheads outside his hotel. So I said, Judgment, no, go and stay in a good place. Nah, I'm good. Y'all bougie. Why you staying in a hotel anyway?
All right.
All right? Do your thing. Enjoy yourself. First day, I said, yo, because he landed a day before us.
Right.
Said, so, yo, how's your stay? Yo, bro, it's bad. Okay. Do I even want to ask? Nah, bro, it's just really bad. There's an issue with the shower. So, I don't even want to say, bro. I'm about to say, yo, I'm at the shower out of a sink for 3 days. I had to shower out of a sink for 3 days. I said, you know what? It serves you right.
Facts.
I tried to tell you, and you ain't want to listen? All right. Who don't hear must feel. So there you go. Mind you, next day now, we go into a Juve.
Right.
A very dirty Juve. You cannot wash that stuff off in the sink? Okay. But now what do you think happens? Yo, guys, can I come and get a shower? No, you can't get no shower. Come away from my hotel. We was bougie, right? Okay. But we still get him out, let him have a shower in the hotel.
Of course.
Still, that was a teachable moment. So people, in these places, spend your money and stay somewhere comfortable that you know you're going to be able to use those amenities and deal with the situation.
Yeah.
But anyway, rewinding now. We get ready now. JKD's begging my cologne again. You would think the man I'm going on a trip. Let me go and buy some cologne. No,
I don't have to buy it.
Before we left home, yo, the man don't even say, yo, what time are you coming to pick me up? Nothing, Just, yo, don't forget the spray. Okay. Go buy your own goddamn spray. So, he begs the spray now, and now we're on the subway again. With Cam King, that's his name.
Yes.
Yeah, Cam King, Judgment's boy.
Yeah.
But a very good videographer.
Right.
Probably one of the best.
Probably one of the best out there. Yeah.
Out there in London. He lives there, so he showed us the way.
Right.
And he sent us to. He brought us to Kess, the show.
Right.
Took the subway. It wasn't a very hard subway ride.
No, very easy.
Very easy. We get there. Go in line. It was a very easy process to get inside.
Mm-hmm.
It was like a concert hall.
Yeah.
But an upscale, classy type thing.
Yeah. Let's just put it this way. Those concert halls are not meant for us. It's not. but they ended up doing, one of the biggest concerts there.
It was a beautiful
and it was
show.
sold out.
Beautiful show.
Yeah.
Definitely have to take my hat off to that whole team.
Yeah.
Tate and Dream team.
Yes.
Well, the Dreamland team, but they did a phenomenal job. That was such an effortless show.
Yes. Yes.
And, for Kes to come on that stage and do what he did, and it just seemed like there was no hiccups. Everything was just flawless.
Right. Right.
And stuff like that, I truly appreciate because I know how much goes into stuff like that.
Right. Right.
And it wasn't just Kes. Kes brought out a whole bunch of fellow acts. Nyla Blackman, Tedison John, Voice.
Yeah.
It was wild.
Yeah.
And people loved it. And the gal them love Kes.
Yes.
So,
exactly.
there was a lot of eye candy there.
Right.
But even another thing, like, bro, explain the difference of when you went in 2019 to this time in terms of paying.
In terms of
like paying like with your phone versus needing cash.
Yes,
before.
yeah.
It's
like
changed.
it definitely like it seemed like England got like a technology boost where like where everything is digital now.
Yeah.
Like nothing's really like cash exchange.
Yeah.
Which made everything a lot easier and a lot quicker.
Yeah.
In terms of even like at the door, like pay for tickets at the door. Like, you could just do it online. They just scan it, boom, you're in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Even at the bar. Everything at the bar at that bar was just tap. There was no cash.
And we're talking like a venue that's hours away.
Right.
Like in Bush.
Right.
And it's still just tap.
Right.
So, it's wicked that process of paying and whatnot. So
right. Yeah.
hopefully we get that boost soon.
Yeah.
But anyway, the Kes show overall, you liked it?
It was good, man. It was good. I enjoyed myself. Again, I'm not gonna go into too much details, but it was a good show. It was a really good show, man.
I know he acting like we have places to go. We're here for the stories. What's the stories, Gerard?
No stories.
No stories.
No stories. But
No
it was a good. It just made me appreciate, especially Kes and the whole band. It just made me appreciate what they do for music.
Yeah.
And just to hear live music, man, it makes you appreciate their music even better.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Like from the guitar player to the drums, like to even the guy on that was doing the whole the DJing, the music behind the live instruments.
Mm-hmm.
Like that was sick. You know what I'm saying?
Beautiful.
And it was good. It was good, man.
Very good show. And a gripe about that, which was none of their fault, would be just the fact that it was indoor.
Yeah.
Like an indoor venue.
Yeah.
Because there were certain parts of that were very hot, but then that was well ventilated at the same time.
Right.
If you went to the back of the venue, there was
Right.
ventilation.
Right.
Probably closer to the front where it was open,
Right.
more ventilation. But that middle spot, boy.
Yeah.
And it saddened me because I'm like, is there no outdoor venue out here that could handle this show in the nighttime?
Right.
Because if this was an outdoor experience in a field or something, boy.
Right. I know. It would have been even more. It would have been way better.
Phenomenal show.
Yeah.
But either way, for what they did,
Yeah.
hats off to them. The whole performance was amazing. They had some DJs as well.
Yeah.
Vibes.
Another moment of that show was being able to see my artwork up there, which was really dope because I haven't done like any international like artwork like that ever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So to see my artwork up there and them pushing it and all that stuff was wicked.
That's dope, bro.
Yeah, man.
That's dope. And it happened at Dreamland as well.
Yes.
So that's
Get into that.
That's a real good look. No, Jakey did the flyer for both the Kes show and Dreamland.
Yes, sir.
Juve.
Yes, sir. Thank you, man.
So, yeah.
Thank you.
And,
Yes, sir.
and it's not just that. Especially the Kes show, the guy who was putting it on, he said he went through about 3 or 4 different graphic designers and none of them could do it right. Yeah. And the first one that Jakey did knocked it out of the park. So very good work.
Yeah, man. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Studio applause, round of applause, standing ovation. So it was a great look.
Yeah, it got us into the concerts though. So like my boy, my dog.
This guy. So great concert, amazing show.
Yeah,
that was that. Afterwards, we still hot foot. And again,
the night was still young. The night was still young.
So because imagine too, like, yes, we haven't slept yet. We've been up since 8 a.m. the day before back home or earlier.
Yes.
But at that point, it was what, like 11, 12?
Yeah.
Which is still
early.
7 o'clock back home.
Yes.
So we were still ready to party.
Right.
So our next party was happening now. My boy Live Love Soca down there, Solomon.
Yes.
He was just, I saw him leaving. I didn't even know he was at the Kes show.
Okay.
I saw him as he was outside, just liming, talking to some people.
Right.
He sees me. Yo, Buzz, what's good? Daps him. The way y'all going? We going so-and-so party.
Right.
Oh, y'all need a ride? Just like that.
Right.
This is like a 30-minute drive, which saved an Uber trip.
Right.
And the man took us to get food
right.
and then go to the party.
Right.
Crazy. And, like, that's just how the link was, you know?
Yeah.
And mind you, Gel was out there heavy too.
Yes.
And Gel is associated with Live Love Soca. They are his management team down there in London.
Right.
So they coordinate, I guess, his stay, his flight, and all his gigs.
Right.
And Gel on the side told me how those guys speak extremely highly of me.
Okay. Wicked.
And like, Gel's surprised I'm not more involved with them because of how they talk about me.
Right.
And me and them are just cool. Like, we will just talk. Like, when I went in April,
yes,
he came out to see, same thing. He came out to see me, came to pick me up, and Prawn brought us to parties, you know, brought us back to the hotel. Like, it was good vibes.
Okay.
And we got a chance to speak. So just the fact that I just saw him in passing, and he was so quick to be like, you need a ride?
Right.
You know, that's an amazing link to have. And that brand out there, bro, crazy.
Big.
Just
huge,
on the road
bro.
alone.
Yeah, bro.
I'm looking around. I see a lot of people in Live Love Soca gear.
Right.
Just randomly. So I'm like, you know, these guys are really doing their thing.
Right.
And even still, the man is still humble enough to be like, it could be more.
Right.
Which I get, but you guys are doing real good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that was that. He takes us to get food. We go to that Jamaican spot.
Oh, yeah.
Bro. This is a 24-hour Jamaican spot. And the food also looks like it's 24. It does not look appetizing at all. Like, you know when you go to places and they cook the food for you? Nah, this food is just sitting there. Literally, it looks like all day.
Right.
And it's just, do I even want to eat this? This is the only thing though. Like, so you just choke it out. You know, we outside. You had to eat something quick.
Right.
So we ate the food. It was pretty good. It was some wings.
Yeah.
But not what we accustomed to back home.
Yeah.
Anyway, now we go into the party. Long line. How long did that line take to cross? Like,
probably about 40 minutes.
40 minutes or so?
About 40 minutes to get in.
Rough line. Finally get through. Then it took us another while to even try to pay to get in.
Right.
Because they were having issues with the pay system.
Right.
So anyway, we finally pay. We go inside. This venue, I can't stand it. For my London people listening, I think it was the Brixton something.
Yeah.
The Brixton
Electric something.
Electric Brixton, something so. It's one of them venues where if it gets too packed, you can't move.
Yeah.
And like there's levels in the venue. The bars are off to the side. It's difficult to walk past the bar if the bar is packed. Like that's one of the things is my pet peeve. Like, I would like to be in a place where I can move around and mingle and bubble and kind of can't do that in that kind of place. We literally had to pick a spot.
Yep.
And even in the spot we picked, security was giving us issues about that spot.
Yep.
So I'm like, okay. And at that point, we were tired. It felt like we were hearing the same tunes over and over again.
Right.
We just weren't in a vibe, so we just cut.
Right.
Even though, you know, we went there to try and have fun, but we just weren't having it. So we went outside now, Ubered back to the hotel. Uber Judgment back to his place, and we good to go.
Right.
Knockout. Get ready now for the big day.
Right.
Dreamland Juve. To me, this is probably like the highlight of the weekend.
Yes.
For how I like to party and how I envision it.
Right.
Now we wake up. What's your memories of that day now?
Wake up, get ready. It was another great event.
Great event.
Another great event.
Great event. Okay. Why was it great? Care to share any pictures or videos?
Are you
sure you want me to share? I can share, you know.
I had a good time.
Okay.
Nah, but from the moment we woke up, I just knew that it was gonna be vibes.
Yeah.
Music wise, just meeting people, just being in that atmosphere, I knew it was gonna be vibes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when we woke up, we had to go downstairs. When we woke up, we went to go get breakfast. We went to get breakfast, right? We paid
$15 GBP.
15 pounds for breakfast at the hotel because that wasn't included in our package, in our hotel package. So we just paid
$24.
Yeah,
much. Which all you could eat.
But it wasn't that bad.
No, it was pretty good.
It was really good. Like they had a lot of stuff, bagels, bread, whatever, eggs, everything. It was really good.
Now, Londoners, let's be clear on what we call bacon, okay? Because I am a bacon connoisseur, and what you guys are serving is not bacon. I just want to put that out there.
Back of the pig.
Literally. It's like the pieces of ham that nobody wants at the end, and they're just, no, bacon, go ahead. No, this is not bacon. This is not the bacon I eat back home.
Right.
Anyway.
But it was a really good breakfast.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that. So and then
it was even like cultural too.
Yeah.
Like there was 4 different sections that were different cultures.
Yes.
It was like an Indian breakfast, American, you know?
Right.
I liked it. It was dope.
Right. We linked up with Judgment because Tate had given us some free bus passes to take the bus. Now
the coach, yeah.
The coach, yes. Now, Dreamland is nowhere close to the main city of London. Like we actually had to drive 3 hours out.
So let's give some backstory on
yes,
that.
Okay.
This you guys might have seen on Instagram if you follow Soca.
Right.
They posted a situation which was blown out of proportion, to be honest.
Okay.
We know the back end now that we're speaking to the organizer.
Yes.
But once social media gets a hold of something and blows it out of proportion, there's no reverting back from that.
Right.
What happened was the original venue of Dreamland was an hour away from the main city area.
Right.
Maybe an hour and change. Now, the week before, the venue owners said that there was an issue with the paperwork.
Right.
That the party can no longer happen at this establishment.
Right.
Mind you, Tate's telling me this story and saying that he was being told this as he was about to take off on a flight.
Right.
Going somewhere. The venue owner's telling him we can't. Something along those lines. I don't want to misquote and then I'm saying the wrong thing. Right. But Tate could better speak on it. Right. But the short version is that basically you can't do the party anymore.
Yeah.
A week before this party that has 6,000 plus people coming to it.
Right.
Can you imagine the stress? So now they're scrambling to find another venue. This next venue may have been like if this one was an hour and 10 minutes,
right.
This other one was an hour and 50.
Right.
So it wasn't even that much of a huge difference.
Right.
But Follow Soca posted, how would you guys feel if you bought a party ticket for an event and the venue was 3 hours away?
Right.
And everybody's looking at it like it's 3 hours away. Everybody's requesting a refund now.
Right.
Who wants to drive 3 hours one way to party your life away to drive 3 hours back?
Right.
Not many people. So enough people refunded their ticket, and it was disheartening when that didn't even need to happen.
Right.
And now the coach services were even more utilized, I believe, because so many people would prefer just to take the coach.
Right.
So we pack up in these coaches now. I'm talking there was 4 different cities or whatever the case, districts that were picking up people.
Right.
Our district alone had 11 coaches, and 2 of those coaches were double deckers.
Right.
Like, boy,
that's how much people.
And I'm talking every single one was filled to the top.
Yep.
We struggled we got on the 9th.
Yeah.
We were struggling to get on a coach. I'm like, what the hell is going on?
And the only way we got on that coach was because Buzz had to say, listen, I'm playing at this time. I need to be on a bus. That's the only way we got on the bus.
And we was still late.
Right.
Which worked in my favor.
Yeah.
So we get on the coach now. These seats are even worse than the plane seats. I literally have to sit with my legs in the aisle.
Right.
And luckily, there's a blessing and a curse in everything.
Yeah.
Luckily with that situation, yes, it was a 2.5 hour drive with a stop in the middle.
Yeah.
Because that pit stop took like over half hour.
Yeah,
So it was like maybe a close to 2 hour trip.
Right.
But that gave me now 2.5 hours to prepare music.
Right.
So now, okay, these are the artists on the cast. I don't play any of their songs.
Right.
What are songs that I could play that aren't necessarily rushing the vibe, but I could still incorporate a Juve element in my set?
Yeah.
Line up all those songs in one folder. Now it's quick, just draw for songs. I'm not searching and this. No, shoot.
Right.
And I'm on that stage. I don't know how this is gonna be.
Right.
I don't know if I have 10 minutes to play. I don't know if I have half an hour. I don't know if I'm opening the dance. What have you. On my way there, he tells me you're on at 2:00.
Right.
2:00 is pretty much opening. About 1:50, I realized this bus is probably nowhere close to this place. It's probably half hour away. So I message him and I say, yo, bro, I'm on the coach, but it's late. Like, we're not going to be there for 2:00.
Right.
He looks and he takes a video and sends it to me. He's like, don't worry about it. I'll put you on later because it's still early. Like, we're still opening the place pretty much. So I said, okay, cool. The bus arrives at about 2:40. And like, once we settle and stuff, it's 2:40.
Right.
We go to walk inside. Bro, the way they set up this thing, there is no entrance to backstage and VIP through the party.
Right.
You have to go outside of the party.
Yes. Yeah.
So I have my expensive bag that I went and pissed away all that money on, walking through Juve with a leather bag. What do you think happened to that bag?
Paint up, powder.
I'm trying to find this entrance to VIP. There's no entrance. I had to walk through paint, powder, water, all of that. So I finally take my bag now and put it under my shirt.
Right.
We all go outside the thing now to go backstage. Go backstage, go up on the stage. Bro, it was like 2 DJs there and like nobody backstage.
Right.
So again, this is like 2:50 or so. So a DJ is now going on. I say, yo, bro, I'm not trying to rush you.
Right.
But I'm one of the DJs here on the cast. I don't see Tate. I know you just went on, but how long are you thinking to play so I could manage my time? He said, it's 2:45 right now. I'd probably come off by 3:15.
Okay.
I say, okay, cool. No problem. So it gives me a half hour now to visualize and prepare.
Right.
So he plays his set. The man playing tune. He ran Voices Cheers to Life. And I had to be like, bro, he's performing. He's like, oh, shoot. And switch the song. I'm like, see? How those 2.5 hours helped? So he comes off eventually now. I go on at 3:15. I get introed, do my intro song. I start to play. Bro, I started like kind of resetting the vibe.
Right.
But as I built my set, bro, that place was just a madhouse.
Right.
And I didn't have to rush and drop the nasty ups and I don't have Danger and all that. I didn't have to play those new records.
Right.
I played the vintage like Juve stuff and shelled it same way.
Right.
But it was to the point where I'm like looking at my watch thinking, okay, maybe this guy's going to give me half hour.
Yeah.
Maybe there's other DJs to play. Like, this is Dreamland. There should be bare DJs waiting to play.
Right.
Tell me why enough of the DJs didn't even show up because of the distance of this party.
I figured that, bro.
Some of the DJs were late,
Yeah.
which allowed me a huge window
Right.
to play.
Right.
So that not only was amazing, that made up for the day before where I missed my gig.
Absolutely.
Because now I'm playing in front of thousands of people for 2 hours straight. And I'm looking at my watch like, okay, an hour passed.
Right.
One of the DJs shows up. He goes to plug in. And the first thing he tells me was, yo, bro, my voice is gone. Can you MC for me?
Right.
So that I had an hour playing and MCing and then an hour MCing straight.
Right. And people are seeing you for that whole entire time.
And I don't mean to be tig, huh? But there were some girls at the front of that stage that were friggin' watching me.
Yeah.
And it was to the point that I know they were watching me because when I went back on the coach bus, the one that I knew was watching me, she was on our coach.
Right.
And I'm sitting down in my seat. She looks at me and she's like, so what happened, DJ? You're not going to come and sit beside me? I said, yo, honestly, I would, but I got some good seats here with leg room. And just give me your Instagram. We'll talk. But it was, bro, enough of them girls were watching.
Right.
Just the overall crowd knew who I was after that. There was no denying who I was after that. And what I came to find out is even though I thought maybe he would just give me half an hour and then switch out the DJ, him and his team constantly kept saying, yo, who is this guy?
Right.
And Tate was like, that. Tate's never heard me play.
Oh, that was his first time?
He's heard me play on Twitch.
Right,
but live,
you're right.
He's never heard me play.
Wow, okay.
So he said the whole team was just like, who is that guy? Oh, that's Busby. Yo, he's doing amazing. And Tate was like, he said verbatim, he's like, when my team and I are dancing, especially in a setting like that, where we're running the event, that's something like unheard of.
Right.
So the fact that you had us doing that, we were just like, yo, leave him up there. Don't take him off.
Right.
And at one point, it was like an hour and a half into my whole thing. I called Tate on the mic, and I'm like, yo, Tate to the DJ booth, please. But Tate is quite in the distance at VIP, but I have visual of him.
Right.
So he looks up at the stage, and he's like, what? So I tell him, I'm like, yo, do you want to switch the D? I don't want to be hogging playtime. So he's like, bro, you good. And I turn away and turn back, and he's like, Buzz, keep it up. So afterwards now, he said that. I'm like, got you, no problem. Afterwards now, he came and told me all of that. Okay. He's like, bro, or bruv. He's like, bruv, the team was talking about how well you were doing. And even me, like, you weren't rushing it.
Right.
You were playing your set, playing it extremely well. And you were just building your vibe.
Right.
To the point where it was like, yo, he's doing exactly what needs to be done at this time.
Right.
So I don't even want another DJ to go on.
Right.
And his words to me was, if I came to you and said, okay, it's time to switch, then you know something might be wrong.
Right.
But the fact that I left you up there, don't ever study that. If I leave you up there, that's a very good thing.
Right.
So I understood that, you know? And again, 2 hours on that stage. Remember, in 2019, this became a dream.
Right.
I'm like, one day I'm going to DJ on this stage. I have to. I don't know how, but I have to.
Right.
And I messaged Tate them times, but Tate at that time, he not really looking at DMs like that.
Right.
It was only through COVID and Twitch, a random link up through a chat room.
Right.
Then we actually became friends.
Right.
And then it came to the point where he was like thinking about giving me playtime, but he wasn't sure.
Right.
To what had happened.
Right.
Bro, that was a huge blessing.
Right. The stars are aligning, bro.
Like crazy. And the people that were there was big players in the UK scene.
Yep.
Watching me do what I do.
Yep.
And you know, and that's again the importance of dressing the part too. Like, I'm not saying I was in the freshest of fits.
Right.
But that guy in the blue shirt or the guy with the white headband, like people will remember that.
Right.
And when you see visuals of that, it automatically triggers you back to that person.
Right.
Bro, all the artists are back there listening to me. You know, all of that. Like, I couldn't have asked for a better time. Triple M, who was the DJ right after me, who asked me to MC, he's one of the biggest DJs out there.
Right.
So for me to MC for him and him to see what I do literally firsthand.
Right.
And I asked him after, I'm like, so how did I do? He's like, bro, come on, that was amazing.
Right.
That's an easy thing now moving forward.
Right.
If I want a booking, he knows what I do now.
Right. Exactly.
Bro, like just the way this was a simple dream in 2019 to what happened. I can't write that story. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
It's wild. So at that point, to be honest, I had lost my voice at that point. After the 2 hours, it was over 2 hours. I'd lost my voice. My feet were killing me. And I just needed to like sit down for half an hour.
Right.
And you were well in the crowd the whole time. And the crazy part is, he's not a small guy. So I'm looking at thousands of people, but I can see JKD like clear in front of me. JKD, he's all able to say like, yo, Buzz, the levels, turn it up. And I'm paying attention to what he's... So I see the man having fun, you know? It was a good time. Great time. So I said, I want to be out there. My initial plan was, yo, this guy's going to, or they're probably going to put me on early. There's people that have priority over me.
Right.
So I'll play my early set and then just go have the time of my life.
Right.
That changed into complete work mode, impromptu. So I did what I had to do. I had to sit down afterwards about half hour. I said, yo, when I cool down a little bit, I'll go in the crowd with y'all.
Right.
So then Judgment and I went in the crowd. Bro, that was so much fun.
Yes.
And I know you want to keep saying you're having a great time, but I could say what I want because I'm single. The women out there are built different. Okay? I don't know what they're feeding y'all, but keep doing it. Keep eating it. The women out there are just, mwah, très bien.
No comment.
Fantastique. Great time. Great time. Yo. And just a juve, like, they're all ready to have fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's the 1-2 stush thing, but there's way less stush things than
I
there
don't
are.
even think there was any stush.
It was a couple.
For me, that what I saw,
I was probably
really.
going up to people who had man there and things. Cause I was just reckless when I came.
Yeah.
I only have an hour now.
Yeah, true.
So I'm go mode like ting, bam see.
Right.
So I'm it's go time.
Right.
And believe me, you saw some of the things. Some of the things I was bubbling. Oh my gosh. I just want to pack them back in the suitcase and take them home, but can't do that.
Yeah, man.
So after that, we just hung out. Sharzy was there.
Yes.
She was great company. I was so happy to see her and her hanging with us and stuff.
Yeah.
Saw a few people we knew in the crowd.
Yeah.
And just got drinks and just enjoyed the moment, man.
Yeah, exactly.
You know? Then eventually the performances came on.
Yeah.
Performances were very well done.
Yeah.
The crowd was energetic. And
who was your favorite one out of the whole 4? They have 4. Yes.
Honestly, probably Voice.
Okay.
But I think it's Asa. I can never say it right. Asa or Asabanta.
Yeah. Yes.
From Dominica.
Yes.
He's lit.
He flattened that place.
Yeah. But the issue was just the speakers at the time.
Yes. Yeah.
And the volume.
Right.
Because it was getting later, and
had
he been in full,
right.
He would have flattened that place.
Yeah.
He did flatten the place.
Don't
Don't get me wrong. But
right.
Voice, that place was just a zoo.
Right.
So, I must say, despite all of the unless you have anything more about Dreamland you want to.
No, just again, I did the artwork for that one.
Yeah.
And it was great to see, my work on the screen.
On the big screen.
It was good. It was good.
Very good.
Yeah, man.
And again, that's a link now for you.
Exactly.
Because I told him as we were leaving, I'm like, remember this guy did your artwork, He's like, yo, I'm calling him for the next one.
Yeah, even like Tate introduced me to his business partner. I think his name is Bones.
Yeah.
And he's like, yo, Tate, Bones, this is JKD. And he's like, you did? He's like, I'm like, yeah. And he's like, yo, he was impressed.
Yeah.
So.
Nah, but you already know how it is. No matter what links I'm getting, you're the first name I'm calling to get into the. So I was very happy to see your work on the stage and even the motion graphics of it.
Yeah.
So it brought it to life,
right? Not
just your graphics.
Exactly. Yeah.
So it was very well displayed, very well done.
Yeah.
What I must say is just a lot of people do not realize how difficult dealing with like those headaches behind the scenes is.
Yeah. Yeah.
And when you have thousands of people relying on you and knowing that everything is either falling apart or damn near falling apart before your eyes, that stress is insurmountable. Like, it's crazy how much stress that is. And for him not only to still pull off that show, still have thousands of people reach out and go to the show hours away from where they're staying.
Yeah.
And they had a Kesh show the night before.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Round of applause. And I told him that to his face. When we were liming the last night, I said, bro, what you guys did deserves a standing ovation. Because many would have folded under that pressure.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So for them to do that, round of applause, and it's only bigger and better moving forward.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it's just one of those very scary situations, because as much as one day I want to be relying on all of this, it like reinforces and shows me how fickle everything could be. You are relying on one venue owner to make sure everything's okay, and he could call you days before that party and say, yo, buddy, you can't do the party. And then what are you gonna do? You could he has a lot of money invested into that other spot. So now you have to find money you probably don't have to go to the next spot. Like, think about these things. But nobody cares about that.
No.
Everybody's just raging on social media.
Right.
Where's my refund? Da, 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 da. It takes a lot to handle those positions.
Right.
And the fact that they did that with everything else they had going on, plus he had his gigs, new level of respect for that man and that team.
Yeah.
You know, so thank you to them for that opportunity. 2 hours on the stage I dreamed about when I last went to it. Your artwork on the stage.
Crazy, bro.
We couldn't have asked for a better outcome of that.
Facts.
And that's just God working again, period.
Exactly.
You know? So we get back on the coach bus with this crazy coach bus driver who has no idea how to drive. I honestly think that was his first day on the job because there was sometimes, bro, I was boopsing my head in the seat in front of me.
Yeah.
Like, I'm talking hard stops and boops. Like, what?
Yeah.
And people were cussing this man. I said, oh my God, drive this friggin' thing properly, please. So anyway, we get the leg room now, Judgment and I.
Okay.
I finally get some leg room, bro.
Okay.
Why is this man's legs sprawled out into my section? I still can't even sit properly now. And he well asleep. I said, yo, Judgment, please.
He's not comfortable beside you, eh?
So I'm there now. I'm like, well, okay, well, what else am I going to do? I just watched the footage of the party.
Right.
Friggin' Judgment. So he well knocked out. I can't get no sleep.
Right.
I'm wide awake now. We driving back. The drive back seemed a lot quicker than the drive to.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Plus, there was no stop.
For sure, yeah.
So we get back to the hotel now. We say, ain't no going out.
Yeah.
Judgment was asking us if we wanted to go out,
yeah.
but we just decided, nah.
Right.
We're going to get some sleep because tomorrow is Juve again.
Yeah, right.
The Juve parade on the road.
Right.
So again, these are reinforcing some very important things when it comes to business and, you know, playing your position how you're supposed to.
Right.
The next day now, we take the subway, which is not too far. It was like one stop away to our band.
Yeah.
Get off the subway. It was a little walk. And out of all the bands, our band was right there.
Right.
So we're like, perfect. We don't have to go through these millions of people to search for our band.
Yeah.
Get to the band now. I'm asking around because there's 2 trucks.
Okay.
I was told in the early part of the day, I'm on truck number 2.
Okay.
Later part of the day, I'm on truck number 1.
Right.
Twice. So I'm asking around, tapping. Excuse me. Do you know which truck is which?
Right.
Talk to that guy. I go to talk to that guy. Excuse me, which one is truck number 2? Oh, this truck. That was actually truck number 1.
Right.
But he's telling me this is truck number 2.
Right.
I go up there now. I am early. I am ready to go. Right. I got my laptop and I rest my bag down and I say, let me just stay up here.
Right.
It's about an hour and a half until I play. So put down my bag. The DJ that's up there is just setting up the equipment.
Right.
I think Gel was there too. He finally plugged in everything. He starts to DJ a little bit. Something came up. He looked like he was panicking.
Right.
But he turns around and he's just like, yo, I need any DJ that's ready. I need somebody to play.
Right.
I say, okay, well, I'm here. And I know the guy. So I'm like,
right.
You want me to play? He's like, please, I need you to play. Come to find out, this is truck number 1,
right.
which is the better truck of the 2.
Right.
And that was probably the most ideal time to play in the entire day.
Right.
Because all the masqueraders were coupled and bunched together behind that truck.
Yep. And they're ready
like
to
the
go.
whole band.
Yeah.
So they're ready to go. Party time.
Right.
So I plug in now. You saw it. We have it recorded.
Yes.
Bro, I mashed up that road.
You set the tone. You set the tone. You set the tone for the rest of the DJs. You played, personally, you played the best for both days.
That means a lot.
And remember, he wasn't supposed to play on that truck.
At that time.
But
somebody on the team directed me saying, that's the truck you're on.
Right.
So that was all an accident.
And the stars are aligning. The stars are aligning with you, bro. Like God is literally on your side.
Yeah, facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And the way how you just went on and you did what you had to do, you didn't jump and play all the top 10 songs right now. You build it to a nice pace, and it was wicked. Like, you know, we were up there enjoying it. I was drinking the Angostura. Bro, like, it was just that day was just amazing.
Yeah. Big up to the sponsors of the band. Imagine.
Yes.
This band is sponsored by Angostura
right.
and Spotify.
Right.
So we talking some serious bread.
Yeah.
This is UCOM in the UK,
Right.
and this is literally the biggest band in the United Kingdom.
Right.
And for those of you that are new to Busby, I told this story on the previous podcast, we did a whole other podcast before
Right.
with 150 episodes, but I told the story on there. When I initially went to UK in 2019, it was with another band.
Right.
And I did it pro bono, paid my own way.
Right.
But JKD was encouraging me to try and get another band as well, and maybe hot bands.
Right.
So I did that. And JKD pulls up UCOM Carnival.
Right.
We don't know nothing about anything.
Right. Right.
But JKD just saw the branding and he's like, yo, this seems like a fit for you. Like, you would probably do well.
Right.
We didn't know any DJs, if there would have any artists, nothing.
Right.
So as we send them a message, hey, this is Busby from Toronto. I'm coming out there. I'm looking for an opportunity. I'm not even looking for pay.
Right.
I just want to show you guys what I could do up front.
Right.
And if you guys so like it and moving forward, we could work.
Right.
Come to find out, that is literally the biggest band in the United Kingdom.
Right.
The most costume sales in any band out there.
Right.
Huge sponsorship.
Right.
And that year, again, not knowing which DJs would be a part of the cast,
Right.
which artists, the week of, they announced Marshall Montano, Skinny Fabulous, Patrice Roberts,
Right.
Tedison.
Right. Not just that. They know of you.
Yeah, I forgot that part. So when I asked them if I could do it for free and whatnot, they're like, "Oh, we know who you are.
Right.
We listen to your podcast all the time in the mascot."
Right.
I said, "Wow, wow," and it was just that easy.
Right.
I did that year for free. The next year, why did I get? And this is right before COVID happened.
Right. Right.
I got a message about 2 months before COVID happened, saying, "Hey, Buzz, you did amazing. We'd love to book you back.
Right.
But this time we want to pay you to be exclusive with us.
Nice.
We don't want you going to another band."
Mm.
Again, importance of being early.
Right.
I was early for the position. I got to play early. This part of the story, the importance of knowing the worth of getting yourself into the space.
Right.
Once you're there, I'm not saying to be an idiot and do everything for free.
Right.
But sometimes you need to do something for free in order for them to see you.
Absolutely.
Because if you are doing something and there is no draw for it,
Right.
there's not necessarily as much value there yet.
Right.
But if you show somebody the value and make them understand it, now you've curated value.
Absolutely.
And now, literally, it's to the point where other bands are begging me to play with them.
Right.
Literally.
Right.
I had somebody message me about 4 different times.
Wow.
And I talked to Tate as well, who was with another band. And Tate, when I told him I'm with UCOM, Tate himself was like, yo, I would love you to play with my band, but honestly, stay right there. Because they are the biggest band and they're going to be making the most money and they're going to be able to pay you what nobody else could pay you. All of that off of a DM.
Crazy.
Like, I don't know what's happening, but it's happening.
Right.
So we played a set.
Yep.
Hollywood Now comes on, knocks it out the park.
Right.
Just Jay goes on after him. Amazing job.
Right.
And now I have to head to truck number 2.
Right.
Get there now, no microphone. So I said, okay, you know what? Actually, that's really good.
Right.
Because I'd rather preserve my voice for the big day.
Right.
And I could still play tune and mash it up.
Right.
I did that. And it was to the point where the bartenders and stuff kept turning to me because it was like me DJing, and then on the other side of the council was the bar.
Right.
And the staff.
Right.
The bar staff was coming up to me like, yo, daps to me like, yo, who? One of the guys was even like, yo, what's your DJ name? Takes out his phone, add me on Instagram. He looks like, I think he's a DJ too.
Okay.
Bro, all these things are just happening.
Right.
Day one. And yeah, what was your memory of that?
It's good, man. Just to be able to witness you and video you on that day. It's crazy. It was a long day though.
Yeah.
I totally forgot that the first day was the Juve day.
Yeah.
So I actually wore nice clothing that day. I got paint all up on my shirt, all up on my shoes, all that stuff. But it was great to witness you in London again doing your thing. Again, people don't understand the magnitude how large London is. And I'll put it this way: like Toronto, downtown core, probably what? There's probably like 2 million people that live down there, like just in the downtown core. London, the London core has about 20 million people that live in London.
Mm-hmm.
So imagine Toronto and London when it comes down to Carnival. It's just another scene.
It's not compared. Like you can't.
It's another scene.
But that's where the misconception is too, because everybody goes, "Oh, London is way better than Toronto." No, because if you boil down the cultural aspect,
right,
there's way more people in Toronto that play mass than there is in London.
Absolutely.
On a full scale.
Absolutely.
People wise,
yes.
Nah, London is just ridiculous.
Right.
But that's the problem.
Right.
It's ridiculous.
Right.
You can't move.
Right.
It's sardines.
Facts.
Up until the very end of that parade.
Right.
To get to the subway is pressure.
Yeah.
Like it is literally shoulder to shoulder.
Yeah.
And it's ignorant kids, ignorant people,
right.
And fights escalate.
Yeah.
We witnessed that firsthand.
Yep.
I think you saw something crazy.
That was on the second day.
Second day, so when we get to that part. But these are things as well, like people don't talk about, and you'll see the footage from the outside in and say, oh, that's just a Stormers parade.
Right.
To an extent, yeah, you could say that.
Right.
But if you're not there to experience it, you can't say that.
Exactly.
If you're in the band, like there's preventative measures to keep the band separate,
right.
Which to me, even the fact that there's more people in London, they do a better job of secluding the carnival than Toronto does.
Absolutely.
Toronto is just a show. It's a show.
And mind you, they have strings. They're using the strings in London.
Which is because Gel, and the crazy part too is Gel had the same plan with UCOM.
Okay.
Before.
Okay.
Being paid exclusively.
Right.
But this time what he did was he got paid exclusively for the Sunday.
Okay.
And the Monday he band hopped.
Okay.
So I think he played on 3 or 4 different bands.
Okay.
Right? But the day one when he was exclusive, we were chilling with him.
Right.
As we were walking through that crowd, or trying to at least, he turns back to me and he says, yo, Busby, you see what's going on now? Mm-hmm. Imagine tomorrow I had to do this for 4 bands. So he said, stay with UCOM, charge them what you charge, and stay right there. Right. Don't do that, what I'm trying to do.
Right.
And I'm like, that's a fact. That's, valuable lessons that could be learned not having to go through that.
Yeah.
Right? But that's just to kind of emphasize how crazy it is out there.
Yeah.
But despite that, I would still highly suggest the Carnival.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
You know, like it's an amazing experience. Yep. And again, the Galdem are just magnificent. Okay. They're amazing. But we left the road a bit early.
Yeah.
About like 5-6ish.
Yeah.
Same time we left 2019, the exact same spot.
Yeah.
And we walked down the same road we did to catch the Uber.
Right.
Caught the Uber because I was not doing no subway.
Right.
And I don't think any of us were.
No.
We were dead tired at that point. So we took an Uber. It wasn't even too far.
Right.
Get to the hotel. Just knock out, bro.
Right.
And ordered some food.
Yeah.
Just chilled and, ate the food and we were good to go.
Right.
Got some much needed sleep.
Yeah.
My voice was luckily good for the next day.
Yeah.
Now for day 2.
Yes, sir.
So what's your initial memories of that? Now this is the big parade.
Right.
Pretty mass.
Right.
To give a little context first, this is the guy who designs in UCOM. His name is Paul.
Right.
He is a very renowned designer for mass.
Right.
To the point where I believe he is outsourced to Tribe in Trinidad.
Oh wow.
Who's the biggest band, I think, in the world.
Right.
And Paul designs for them.
Okay.
So that's to show you how, like, his quality.
Right.
Now this is his band.
Right.
Bro, those costumes looked amazing.
Yep.
And I hate those big feathers on the back of these women's back.
Right.
But it just looked beautiful.
Right.
But anyway, yeah. So what's your
initial thought? Well, let's just start off from the hotel. Let's just say this because I don't think you talked on it, but that hotel was like a hub for like everything.
Don't say the name, cause I don't want too much people going there.
No, I'm saying like I'm just saying like just meeting people. You
That's
know
what I'm
saying?
saying. I don't want to get too like that. I can't get a room now. I gotta make sure to keep that. You know?
Okay. But I'll just say that like it was a good hub for just meeting people.
Bro, the amount of times I literally must have went down to the lobby 10 different times on that trip randomly.
Right.
Whether it's to get this, get that,
Right.
tell the bellboy this.
Right.
Every single time I went down to the lobby, it was a new story.
Right. Yeah.
Go down to the lobby. You're Benjai? Yo,
Yeah.
Benjai.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah, I want to go. Blessings, Father, blessings. I'm meeting Benjai. To the point where we're talking, I'm like, yo, thank you for what you've done for soca. Like, I've loved your records from time.
Right.
Yeah, give thanks.
Yeah.
Go back up, go back down. I see these cups. We didn't even bring the cups.
Right.
I see these gold cups on the table.
Right.
I go inside, it's very sexy girl getting ready for the road.
Yeah.
I say, excuse me, how much is it just to get one of these cups? I just want the cup. I don't want nothing else.
Right.
They said, could pay £5 each.
Right.
I said, okay, I'll be right back. So I go back up to the hotel room, get the £10 to get each of us a cup,
Yeah.
go and give it to them. Oh, by the way, I'm a DJ from Toronto,
Right.
you know.
Right.
Thank you for the cups.
Yeah.
I'm just going to DJ now on the road. Oh, who are you playing with? I said, UCOM. Oh, that's our band too.
Wow.
What's your DJ name?
Right.
DJ Busby. All three of them. Oh, that's you. We know who you are.
He felt gassed though. Look at that.
There were some things. You can't. The same when I took the.
I know.
She know who I am. Okay. So I take down the Instagram and all of that.
Right.
I said, all right, I'll see you guys on the road. So bring up the cups now. Every time was a different story. And I can't even recall. I see Jadelle. She
Right.
had a few viral moments out there. Every time was a different story, man.
Right.
And I loved it. I just loved that aspect of things.
Yeah.
And you're right. The hotel was a very good spot.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah.
So yeah, we get down there. I think you were supposed to be playing. Either was it before or after Allison Hines?
After.
After. Okay, so we get down there. We get down there a bit late, right? We get down there. You know, I see my wife performing on the truck. You know what I'm saying? So like, I see her from the distance. I try to blow her a kiss. She didn't see me. You know, I was just like, okay, you know, it's okay. You know, I'll get on the truck. I'll see her soon. But we were there
standing in the people's road, looking at the truck, drooling. I'm like, J Kitty, let's go. The truck is moving. It's mesmerized. Yeah, I'll put the video in the podcast.
So beautiful right now. Look
You're a loser. You're a loser.
Hey, shit. Yeah, shit.
I'm mesmerized by Allison Hines.
Yeah, man. She is my longtime crush. But you know, I got to see her.
When in Rome.
Don't disrespect me today. Don't disrespect me. Anyways, we get to we're just liming when we get this guy. So we get there. We're just liming a bit because before Buzz has to play. You know, the issue with us not being able to be on the truck was because they had a lot of sponsorships and a lot of sponsored people on the truck. And they had to be on the truck. So like a lot of the DJs and whoever cameramen were not allowed on the truck during certain times, just because it can't hold that much people up there.
So the underlying issue of that, which they told me, was that both trucks were supposed to be structured the same way.
Right.
But they got screwed on the second truck.
Right.
And it was not built how it was supposed to be.
Right.
So they had no upper deck on the second truck.
Right.
So all of the Angostura sponsors, Spotify sponsors are now all bunched up on one truck.
Right.
We're trying to find a place to stay. We're trying to get on. Even just the fact of me trying to get there before my set.
Right.
They're like, no.
Right.
You have to wait until you go on to play.
Right.
And then you could come up. Like, this is messed up.
So yeah. And that was a little bit annoying, but you know what? We just did what they said. Maybe 15 minutes before his actual set time, that's when we walked up to the truck. We got onto the truck. and it was just power from there. Once Buzz plugged in, again, set the tone for the whole place. When I said set the tone, it was like there was no stopping him from there. And again, I got to experience that. He just said, "Yo, give me your," he gave me his phone. I videotaped it, and it was just pace. Now, you want to go into this part, or you want me to go in? All right. So now that Buzz is getting ready to come off, like he's getting ready to, he's done. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He's getting ready to done. Next minute, I get a tap on my shoulder, right? I see a guy with a hat and he had braids, right? I'm like, who was this light skinned guy? I look at him, I'm just like, yo, you look familiar, but I don't know who it is yet. Goes to Buzz, he's like, yo, I see Buzz and him talking, Come to find out it's Doggy Slaughter. Doggy Slaughter went up to Buzz and said, "Listen, I need somebody to play my tunes because I'm performing." And then him and Buzz found his tracks, and they did the thing. And I turned off. I closed his phone. I closed his phone because I thought he was done. So I made sure I had to get my phone to actually videotape that because I'm like, yo, there's no way I'm not recording this because this is a legendary moment right now. He could have went to any of all the DJs that were on that truck. He could have went to Hollywood, Just D. He could have went to any other of the DJs, but he wanted Buzz to play.
And he knows Just J.
Yeah.
In the video, the man literally did a Just J dub for Just J live on the road.
Yeah.
Like, the man. So you could have been like, I don't know who this guy is, Just J. Could you?
Right.
And Just J was next, so he easily could have done that.
Right.
But the man came straight to me. He's like, yo, what tune of mine you have? So I type in Doggy Slaughter and I show him the list. He's like, okay, play Joke, play Tiptoe, and play Spread the Love.
Right.
Done.
Right.
Now he's eating his food. And I'm mentally preparing the fact that Doggy Slaughter just asked me to play tune for him while he performs. And this is middle of my set.
Right. Right.
So it's not like there was any prep. Like, I had to just go time.
Right.
Luckily, Doggy Slaughter is a DJ as well. So the cues and stuff was easy. We were cohesive with that.
Right.
It worked. But boy, that was a moment that's just like, you can't forget something like that.
Right.
That was one of my favorite songs back in the day when I first started getting into soca. Yeah. Spread the Love.
Right.
Like, doom, doom, doom. And now I am playing it on the road.
Right.
In the biggest band while he's standing beside me performing.
Right.
Telling me like, yo, wave your hand with me, this and that.
Right.
I said, nah, you can't. You can't beat this experience.
Right.
And as JKD said, I shelled the road.
Right.
This is not self-proclaimed shell. Like, this is what happened.
Right.
To the point where everybody behind me was friggin' pulling up my collar like, yo, you're killing it. Keep going. Right. So I deal with the road. Right? That happens now. Right. I deal with him. Pause. Go? Are we good to go? We good to continue the show? Friggin' guys. So, deal with the matters now. Then, obviously, as you said, you guys have to come off the truck.
Right.
So we go now and try and sit in a little place at the bottom of the truck just to rest, because bro, I just played for over an hour.
Right.
Let me at least get a little rest.
Right.
I go to sit down. Doggy Slaughter now is walking down the truck. He walking down and coming down the stairs. And he looks up and he sees me and one of the organizers of the band.
Right.
So he looks at the organizer, looks at me, and he's just like, you see him? I'm like, wow. And then he pulls me aside and he said, yo, I have a dub plate for you when you're ready. Just link me.
Okay. Right.
Just like that.
Right.
So it was not only just that I played well enough or well for him.
Right.
He saw me do what I do with the band, and he's like, use the boss around here.
Yeah.
So I said, wow, man. This, like, what is happening?
Right.
So that was that section of, like, getting affirmation that I did well.
Right.
Another place I got affirmation that I did well was Hollywood HP.
Right.
Now, remember, me, you, us three were having a long discussion at the end of the road.
Yes. Yeah.
But this was your first time probably seeing Hollywood in action.
Yes.
This is a boss at his craft.
Yeah.
Hollywood does some phenomenal cuts, talking point, all of that. He's an amazing entertainer,
Right.
and DJ.
Right.
And you were just like, the amount of times JKD turned, as Hollywood was playing, the amount of times JKD turned to me like, yo, bro, he's nasty.
Facts, bro. I never seen him in action before. My first time.
But you saw how crazy
yeah,
he is.
Yeah.
To the point where I'm like, yo, next Caravana Sunday. One time.
Facts.
But I say all of that to say, this is the stature of him.
Right.
And at the end of that parade, when us three were talking, Hollywood himself looked at me. He's like, yo, Buzz B, you was the best on the road. Out of any of the DJs, you was the one that played the best.
Yeah.
There was no DJ better than you, including me. Like,
Right. Right.
what the hell's going on, bro? And I just went up there and did what I know how to do best.
Right.
I wasn't looking for that. I wasn't looking for that kind of affirmation, but him to say that,
Right.
that tells you like, you know, I did something
Right.
of substance up there.
Right.
Right? So that was just to show you what impact I had on the main truck.
Right.
So now, this is, again, one of them blessing and curse situations for both JKD and I. But before we get there, just want to remind you guys to follow us on all platforms.
Yes, sir.
Comment, like, share, subscribe, everything, all that good stuff. If you love the content, this is the People's Podcast, and we have so many more amazing podcasts just like this one
Right.
that you guys should go back and watch. It's life-changing stuff, I'm telling you. It's not just stories right through. There's some stories, you know, but there's some important content that'll change your life.
Yeah.
Anyway, this is the part that I think is probably what really puts a stamp on you and I literally making this yearly for sure.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Now, I did what I did on truck 1. We come off. There's about an hour now to get to truck 2
Right.
and set up and play. Get to truck 2. They have a mic today now.
Right.
There's a mic, thank God. But there is nobody playing on this truck. Nobody is there. So I said, okay. So I go and line up now, plug in, but my voice is kaput.
Yeah.
So JKD in JKD fashion, yo, can I mic? I said, bro, honestly, please, because the way my voice is set up right now, it wouldn't even sound good if I tried to mic. Like, all right, cool. Next thing now, he micing, you know, he gets through the mic. Yo, can I play for like 5 minutes? I'll play out here. Now something else too. That morning, and again, this is another important takeaway. That morning, JKD said, yo, should I bring my laptop or shouldn't I? And something told this guy, let me just bring the laptop just in case. You never know what could happen.
Yep.
This is the perfect story for that scenario. So he playing off my laptop now, 5 minutes. I there now, I'm cameraman. So I'm taking footage of JKD. Get the 5 minutes of footage. He's like, okay, bro, go back on. Now I have something to show my wife. I said, yo, this guy. So I go back on now to play, right? Now, mind you, this is 4 p.m. I go on. Parade ends about 8.
Yeah.
I play my hour. JKD micing the whole thing. Hollywood now comes to play after me.
Right.
He plays now 5 to 6, but he playing after 6. Now he's halfway through his set, his voice starts to go.
Right.
He gives me the microphone now. And I said, you don't reject that. If Hollywood gives you the mic, work with it. Just do what you could do. My voice eased up a little bit at that point to do it.
Right.
Mic for him. I mic for him now for the half hour. Right? But I find we going a little overtime. So he pulls me aside now. He says, yo, Buzz, like, there's no other DJ? Where's the next DJ?
Right.
Like, we're working overtime right now. We shouldn't be working this long.
Right.
We go to look at the schedule. They accidentally didn't fill the 6 to 7 p.m. slot.
Right.
So that was completely empty. So Holly was there like, yo, we're working way more than we're supposed to be. That was a mistake on their end.
Right.
This shouldn't be happening. So at that point, we're just like, forget it. Let's just go. Like, we'll do it. We'll help the band. C'est la vie. But then it gets to 7 o'clock now.
Right.
And no, it was like 6:30 at that point.
Yeah.
And that's when I was like, yo, my boy, he's a DJ back home. I know he was on the mic, but he DJs as well and he has his laptop. Can he play? But the way the music was and the kind of answer that he gave, and I couldn't really even fully understand them, but that was more like a yes or a no type question.
Right, right.
So for him to even say anything, and I wasn't trying to hash that out there.
Right.
So I just left it. But next thing I know, I turn and I see JKD opening his laptop. So I don't know, but I don't know if like you spoke to Hollywood or if you just did that.
Nope.
But thank God. Because we were tired.
Right.
So I'm sure even when Hollywood saw that, he was like, okay, good. So the DJ, so JKD now goes to plug in the laptop. JKD DJing now. I'm back on the mic for JKD for another hour. I said, wait, boy. So JKD has now filled an hour slot when he's not even supposed to be with the band, period. But, a real stormer for real. But he got an opportunity to show what he could do. He played for an hour, did very well. To the point, again, this is another thing Hollywood said. Hollywood said, yo, he pulled me to the side of the truck. He said, yo, I just went to that truck up front, truck number 1, no vibes. We have the most vibes. So keep going, y'all doing your thing. And he was encouraging and just saying that because he's like, I know y'all can't see behind the truck, but I am here. I went to truck 1, no vibes. Truck 2, we have the vibes. So JKD keeps shooting tune. We doing our thing. And then eventually, like the power dragged on a while. Yeah. And then I plugged back in my laptop to play a little groovy.
Right.
But at that point, another DJ was supposed to have shown up by 7. This is now 7:30 when I'm plugging back in. No DJ. Right. The DJ that was supposed to be there is not there. He's with the next band. This DJ didn't even show up until 7:50. Right. I wouldn't call his name, but he didn't show up until 7:50.
Right.
Then says, yo, let me rest my bag. I'm going to go use the washroom and come back. It's now 8:10.
The man already late, you know.
Already late. It's now 8:10. Right? I'm playing tune. He says, pass me my bag. Take out his laptop, open his laptop. As he opens the laptop, police on the side of the truck, jump on the truck. Hello, shut down the music. You don't see it's past 8 o'clock?
Yeah.
Road done. So now, realistically, out of that 4 hours and 10 minutes, I worked about 3.5 of those. JKD worked 1 of those hours. Hollywood worked near 2. Well over time after a long weekend.
Yeah.
But watch this now. After the post-mortem meeting, we're discussing what happened, this and that. Hollywood addresses the situation. I messaged the band leader directly to address the situation, but I make sure to let him know that my boy JKD, who had no obligation to you guys, assisted us and played an hour for you guys for free. He's not asking for anything, but because he's my boy and he saw we were in a situation, the DJs that you guys had didn't show up, he helped us and gave us a break that was much needed. So he was able to do that for you guys for nothing. And I'm not going to sit here and press you guys for more money because I'm sure you have a budget to work on. But understand that JKD did that for free. And he helped you guys out as a band doing that. So the least I would appreciate is you guys considering him for next year.
Real bedroom this.
Dog, what was the response? If he wants to be on the band, done. You are on the band for sure next year. You don't even have to ask. You're already on it. But if JKD wants on, JKD's good. Fast forward now, a little while after, I said, and you know what? He does graphic design.
Right.
What was the response? That's perfect. We were just looking for somebody to rebrand everything. So I'll definitely be exploring that. Now JKD is going to be graphic designing for the biggest band in the UK,
and
playing with the biggest band in the UK, and Busby right there too. Yeah, UK is a staple now, you know. As it did, you know.
Right.
But yeah, that's, bro, like, again, these are stories that you guys are hearing that is just like, it's still shocking me till this day.
Right. And these are simple actions that we are doing and it's not like we're doing it like we're doing it on purposely. Like it's just happening. You get what I'm saying? Nobody told me to bring my laptop on the trip.
Exactly.
I brought my laptop to work on tunes for Binfest, and that was it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Luckily, I brought my laptop. No, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. The guy who told you that this is truck 2.
I wasn't trying to press to get on a better truck.
Right, exactly.
I was accidentally told this was where I needed to be.
Right.
And then forced to play, kind of, but because the guy needed assistance. So I said, okay, I'll help you out.
Right.
But that, again, was because I was early and on time and available to fill a slot.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then you getting an opportunity to play.
Right.
And now being able to be paid out there.
Right.
Like this
crazy, man.
Again, this will be like this could be honestly like a documentary one day, and not just a documentary, like a full blown like docu-series.
Right.
Like all of these stories are just stories that is just like what? Wow. Yeah. And you wouldn't believe it if we didn't sit here and tell you these stories. I still don't believe it.
Yeah, man.
Sometimes these things be happening and I'm like pinching myself like, really?
Yeah.
Like, wake up.
Yeah.
No, we still here? Okay, let's do this. I don't get what's happening, but it's happening at a rapid pace.
Yeah.
And as much as that was a headache to do that for 3.5 hours after everything I discussed to happen, it was worth it. Like crazy.
Absolutely.
Because now you're in position to play.
Right.
I'm in position now. I was ready, but now it's a better.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
We're working.
Yeah.
And it's like we're in the best spaces.
Yeah.
Like this is what people work up to.
Right.
So now that we're in the best places, everything else will just fall into line.
Yeah. Exactly.
And this is a market like you've been saying throughout the whole trip.
Yeah.
It just seems like the perfect untapped market.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like is essential that we get into.
Yep.
So, you know, now that we're in with the big dogs down there,
right.
It's only a matter of time JKD and I start doing our own events.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
And
that's gonna happen.
Why not? We're not trying to step on toes.
Right.
But there's room for everybody to eat.
Exactly.
Not everybody wants to do the exact same thing. Not everybody can do the same thing.
Right.
Parties will sell out. There's opportunities, you know?
Right.
So, all in all, you know, we had a amazing. Should I even tell that story? The thing, the Toronto, but London. You don't remember?
Tell it.
So we story time, gather around. So we standing up on the road, and
tell it.
This thing passes by. Now, you know, very pretty thing. All right. So I tap JKD. I say, yo, look at that one, bro. So she catches eyes with me as I do that.
Right.
So now she comes up to me, but I don't think she saw me tapping you to point her out.
Right.
But she just sees me and comes up to me. Oh, are you Busby?
Mm-hmm.
I said, oh God. Okay, so you did your homework. Yes, I'm Busby. How may I help you? How are you? It's like, oh no, I know of you. I listen to your mixes all the time. I just followed you earlier this year and I love your mixes. I said, wow, okay, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. So talking, and then obviously I was just like, so have you ever come to Toronto, or do you ever come to Toronto?
Right.
Oh, my daddy lives in Toronto.
Wait, watch this right now.
What part? I ain't saying that part. Nah.
That's off
She just said my daddy lives in Toronto. I said, okay, what's your Instagram? Nah, but she cool. We was talking afterwards. Very down to earth, cool girl. But that was just hilarious. Like, what are the chances of that?
Right.
And you know that happened quite a few times on the road.
Yes.
Even people that were stopping me stopped you as well. Like, yo, the People's Podcast. I listened to that.
Yeah.
You remember that? Like you on the road and that Dreamland.
Right.
Bro, we're making an impact.
Yes.
You know, it's evident.
Yeah.
But overall, man, a life-changing trip.
Yeah.
Fun, capital F-U-N, fun trip.
Yeah.
Much needed trip. And I can't wait till next year.
I think it was on the day 2 truck that we looked at each other and said, "Yo, like this has to be an every year thing now."
Yeah.
Like no ifs or buts. Like this has to be a every year thing.
Mm-hmm. And honestly, I found it was short this time.
Yeah.
But we planned it that way purposely.
Right.
And not considering all the factors of the carnival.
Yes, absolutely.
So, if you're budgeting, the minimum we would suggest is probably get there Thursday morning,
right.
leave Tuesday afternoon.
Right.
Right? We're trying to do Wednesday to Wednesday, or at least me, for sure. I'm trying to do Wednesday to Wednesday. Yeah. And that will give you enough time to get over the jet lag.
Right.
And at the same time, revive yourself and enjoy yourself.
Right.
Because you're not going and spending you're not going and spending pounds
right.
to go and be tired the entire time.
Exactly.
So,
exactly.
We highly recommend this carnival. Was there anything crazy else that happened? Anything else crazy that happened?
No, not really. No,
I don't think so. Should we even say the door situation on the hotel room?
You could if you want.
This is one of them again, blessing and a curse.
Yes.
Now we go, I think this was day 2 carnival. The room was a mess. And I'm talking like the dirty towels from Juve, just clothes everywhere. It was a mess. So JKD was like, yo, they need to come in here and clean this room. So I said, yeah, facts. Me, as a man, if there's mess and it's a hotel, I'm just leaving the mess just so. Like, I'm gonna be honest. When I leave, y'all can come and clean up everything. I don't want y'all coming in my personal space right? That's just me. But JKD's like, yo, they need to clean up in here.
Right.
I said, all right, cool. So we leave Carnival Monday. Go on the road. We leave the hotel about 11:30 in the morning. All right? Now, by the time we get back to the hotel, it's like 10 p.m.
Yeah.
Tell me why we get back to the hotel door and the latch at the top of the door that like locks it from the inside is pressed up on the outside of the door. Like, you could leave the door open for people?
Yes.
The latch is now pressed and the door was left open the entire day.
Yeah. All of our valuables.
Everything.
My laptop, outside. Everything was inside.
His work laptop, like my iPad, my gold, everything was just outside.
Yeah.
Bro, oh my gosh, I was mad. I tried calling front desk, but again, this is the end of the last carnival day. They don't have time to be answering every phone call, so the phone lines are busy. Eventually, when I had to go downstairs for something, I went straight to front desk, and I told them the situation. The guy ended up writing it down on a piece of paper and telling me, I'll give this to the cleaning management. I said, okay, bro, I'm too tired to yell at you right now, so I'm going to just go back up to my room. So the day we leave now, as I'm checking out and giving in the keys, I explained to the lady that morning now what happened. She said, oh my God, I can't believe that happened to you. She goes and talks to the manager, and they were like, okay, what we're going to do is we won't charge you for one night of your stay, right? At least as something to compensate what happened. Then she looked at the files. Again, every night of the trip is a different price.
Yeah.
The higher price is probably like Carnival Day. So she said the most expensive one, which was like $230, $240 GBP. She said, I'll give you guys a refund for the most expensive day. That came out to like 440 Canadian dollars.
Yeah.
Which, like the Uber, the food, those type of things, recoup that.
Right.
So that, again, blessing and a curse, but still our stuff was vulnerable to getting stolen.
Right.
So that was upsetting. And like these are, again, like the stories that people would never know. But this is the kind of confusion sometimes we as entertainers, after a long day, have to come back to.
Yep.
You know what I mean? At the end, I would say at the end of a couple more things before I get out of here. At the end of that parade, I think was one of the moments I cherished most, which was me, you, and Hollywood getting a chance just to stand there and talk.
Right.
Because the truck was leaving the end of the parade route, but going to a situation where all the trucks parked up on this road.
Right.
But it still had to pass through bare people, and it was nighttime at this point, like 9 o'clock at night. So, there's no music, but it's just you see people like walking up and down the side of the road, everybody trying to get somebody, and that's just the kind of vibe it is.
Right.
But we're just there talking and reasoning. And that was a moment that I think you got to see what I've been dealing with as I'm going on these international journeys. Like when you get a chance to talk to these big dogs and hear them out and hear what they have to say, bro, it's life-changing stuff that they be telling you.
Right.
Like I'm sure there was so many takeaways you got from that conversation.
Oh, yeah.
And just to be able to, like, we were talking with him for nearly an hour.
Yeah.
And he was just there, like, willing to, like, he just wanted to talk to us.
Right.
You know, that was something I cherish. And I listen in those conversations attentively. And the stuff that I pick up from that is, you can't get that anywhere.
Yep.
You know, it's not every day you get to have those conversations. So I really value that. But then the truck finally pulls off. Remember the dirty patty?
Disgusting. It's so disgusting. Like, I don't even know what it was. It was dog food.
This guy said dog food. I took one bite of that patty, and I knew from that moment I was not eating it. So I put the patty down. Jake could eat about 3 bites into it, and when he says it's disgusting, you really know this is disgusting. I'm a picky eater. So I would have put the patty down and saying to myself, it doesn't taste right, so just let me not even get to the meat. Jake could eat about 3 bites. Yeah, I get to the filling. The filling of the patty. And I didn't get to that point. You got to that point.
Yes.
And then he was like, yeah, this is dog food. This is disgusting. So we hungry. Don't have good food to eat. But the truck is driving back now. Now we reached the end of the parade route. But as this truck is driving down the street, I'm telling you, every side street you look down, and I'm talking street, is full of people on each street.
Right.
Walking, trying to find somewhere to go. Like, that's how the ending of this carnival is.
Right.
And this is nighttime. So we trying to stay on the truck because we not trying to go in that confusion. So I told JKD, let's just wait till the truck ends and see where we'd go from there. So the truck reaches the ending point. We not sure where we are. We could be 20 minutes away from the hotel. We have no clue. Get off the truck now. We walking down the road. They say the subway is down the road. Make a quick right. The subway is right there. We get to the subway. We see hundreds of people outside the subway. Subway's closed down.
Right.
The streets are gridlocked. Cars are not moving. The buses are stuck. Full of people. There is nowhere to go. So I said, bro, I don't know what to do right now. So next thing, I go down to my phone. I'm like, let me at least try and see where we are and what we could do. Pull up the GPS. 9-minute walk to the hotel. I said, cha-ching. We walked straight to that hotel, right up to the room, and said, bro, we did it. We did the trip. Like, it's done.
It's done.
And a lot happened, and it was a great time. That's going to be the name of this podcast. London. It was a great time. It was a fantastic time. And, you know, again, I'm just heartfelt after that whole scenario. I want to thank everybody that, you know, gave both of us an opportunity.
Yeah.
Gave JKD an opportunity with the graphics. Yeah. Gave myself an opportunity to play on y'all big stages out there, your big trucks. I don't take those things lightly, and I put my best foot forward with it, and it shows.
Right.
You know? And I'm just looking forward to a long-standing working relationship with all y'all. All the new people that have heard me that are looking to book me next time, thank you in advance.
Right.
And UK is definitely going to be a thing.
Yes, sir.
Moving forward.
Yes, sir.
In it.
And we're bringing back all the mandem.
Yeah. Soon enough, it's going to be that situation. Like, the whole plane has to get booked up.
Facts.
I'm not even. I wish I was
because we're not sitting next to the Sri Lankan lady again. so what did the man have to
Naughty, yo. Oh my god. Out of all the annoying things that trip, that one had to be the worst. Like, why are you fidgeting like this and boopsing me in my rib cage? Like, why are we doing this at 6 a.m. right now? This shouldn't be happening. Dirty girl. Anyway, fantastic trip once again.
Yes.
You know, big up yourself. You're in the thing now.
Yes, man. Yeah, man.
Even though we can't say that.
You're so stupid.
Yeah, all I have to say, all that I have to say is you was making fun of me. All right? And now you're in with the people never know. So I'm just saying.
Leave me alone, okay?
You leave me alone. What? Excuse me. This guy. Anyway, we'll talk off air. But people, thank you for listening to our crazy stories. There's a lot of lessons and gems in those stories. So, enjoy them. But at the same time, take it in.
Yes, sir.
Learn a thing or two and do your thing.
Yes, sir.
All right. On to the next. I think my next is Miami. My next vacation or,
Nice.
international gig.
Nice.
And event-wise, what do you got coming up?
Binfest, September 24th. If you haven't bought your tickets, buy them now because they are flying right now. So,
Flying
Binfest.
fish. We out. We appreciate you once again. Follow, like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. And we'll see you on the next episode of the People's Podcast.
Peace. It was a good time.
Great time.